So we can see that.
You can see what?
This is what's replicated.
Okay, you should have told me that, okay? Because I've been doing a presentation for like 3 hours now and you're not seeing anything.
I thought you just want to talk first.
I asked you and you said you can see it, so.
Yes, we can see.
Because I have 3 screens here, so I don't know which screen you're looking at.
Same screen, first slide.
Can you see it now?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so let me go back and redo it from the beginning.
It's not, you're not sharing it now.
Just a minute. I asked you if you could see it, and why didn't you tell me all this time? Can you see this?
Yes.
Okay, so
Now
this is what the body looks from the outside and the inside. Can you see this?
Yes.
This is what we mean about body harmony. Can you see this?
Yes.
Okay, so let me start from the beginning again, because I don't know what to say. All right, so the most important thing about this technology is that it gives you a rhythm. It synchronizes your body, okay? Why do you need the body to be synchronized? Because a broken body with broken links is a body that is aged and the body that is ill. Why do we age? Because of disharmony within ourselves. And when we have a body synergy, that is anti-aging. And these 2 technologies that you have, the Virtual Gym and the IELLIOS, are the only technologies in the market that can cause body synchrony and anti-aging. Why do they do that? Because they basically, hormones affect your mood. Hormones affect your level of confidence, how you respond to life, your interactions. So hormones bring a problem that is psychological in your life and spiritual. So when we balance the hormones, synchronizing the body is a lot more than balancing hormones. When you balance the body, when you create this harmony inside the body, then you have a rhythm that we have established and we have searched. And we see that with 8 seconds contraction, the contraction that happens for 8 seconds is not like the one that happens from muscle stimulator. A muscle stimulator cannot cause contractions that are over 250 milliseconds. Okay, that's a quarter of a second. Here, you give a signal, the body recognizes the signal as part of it. And because it's recognized as its own part, then it's accepted, it's absorbed, it's accumulated, and reaches the brain. The brain will cause the contraction. It's not the machine that causes the contraction, it's the brain that causes the contraction. And it causes a contraction that lasts for 8 seconds. Why is that so important? You can see, if you put the 8 like that, it becomes the infinity signal. Why is that? Why? Because everything starts with 2. The basis of life has an exponential function on the number 8. 2 plus 2 is 4. 2 times 2 is 4, but 2 times 4 is 8. That's an exponential function. So exponential function means that you go all the way to increase something inside the body. It creates a synchronization that the body takes and does because it's geared towards that direction. Whereas otherwise you can go 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. That's a linear growth. You want an exponential growth. Exponential growth is what creates health. You cannot create health with a muscle stimulator. Why? Because it causes a contraction of 250 milliseconds. It doesn't even get to 8 seconds. Well, it uses current, and the current kills muscle cells, whereas this technology uses voltage, so there is no residues of these other problems of dead cells that can be created with a muscle stimulator. So it's not a muscle stimulator. It's a very, very different technology. So I don't want to ever hear any of you say, oh, well, I can go and do, the EM sculpt and build some muscle. Yeah, well, you're going to build some muscle with repeated uses of it. A lot of your muscle cells will die because anything over 1.5 milliamp will deplete energy, and the EM sculpt uses over 100 milliamp. So you're going to have like a zone of optimum health that grows, multiplies, and balances. That's the important thing that you can have with a virtual gym. You can have a health that will grow, continue to grow, that will increase your longevity. And this is the ultimate goal. It's not just to lose a few inches or lose a couple of pounds. Your ultimate goal is to feel healthy and increase your lifespan. That is your goal. And how does it do that? In many different ways. Of course, a synchronized way, that's the most important way. Metabolism, energy, it goes up. The youth hormone, DHEA, goes up. Liver health, good cholesterol increases. Visceral fat decreases. Stress hormone decreases. Inflammation decreases. Cholesterol decreases. The very low density lipoprotein and triglycerides decrease. Insulin resistance decreases. Because why? When you have low metabolism and high cortisol, you're going to have anxiety and depression. It affects your personality. It affects your psychology. High inflammation, you have emotional apathy. With low testosterone, you're going to start feeling bored. You're going to feel empty. You don't want to interact with people. People don't like interacting with you because you're a downer. DHEA decline, and DHEA starts declining at the age of 25. So even young people that say, oh, well, I can go to the gym. Yeah, well, the DHEA will still decline no matter what they do. We can increase DHEA through the virtual gym. Systemic imbalance will make you unhappy. So you can go from broken and aging links to freedom, links being back together, and anti-aging. You go to a sort of a level where you can get into a body synchronization. And this is what I was talking about, the awkward body that I was talking to you before, and how this person always walks awkward. You go to when you are in sync, your whole body moves together and you walk like a dancer. So you basically get you into an exponential function, and your whole body is healing and synchronized as a result of the virtual gym. You go from unbalanced hormones and broken lines that cause inflammation, toxicity, fatigue, hunger, obesity, fatty liver, aging, and disease. You go to somebody who is synchronized. The whole body is acting like one. So what's the problem with the belly? The problem is that fat is a systemic problem. And look at this picture and take it in. These people are, I know a lot of fat people that are going to the gym and are trying to lose weight. They don't. Why? Fat is a systemic problem. Visceral fat is a systemic problem. And not only young people can have visceral fat, but not only fat people, but also very slim people, slender people can also have visceral fat. And every time you have visceral fat, your life quotient is decreased. your longevity quotient is decreased. Visceral fat is like a toxic dump. It's like, it's when you go in these places that it's a garbage bin. That's what visceral fat is. It contains toxins. And why you can go to the gym if you have imbalanced hormones, if you have a deficiency of a specific hormone, IGF-1, you're going to look like this. You're going to look like a fat boy, no matter how long you spend in the gym. Why? Because it's not the gym that makes the difference. It's the hormones that makes the difference. And that's the importance of the virtual gym. We are increasing the hormones. We're balancing the hormones like nothing else does. Nothing else balances hormones. I don't know what they tell you in the marketing pitches. So, and what do hormones imbalance does? You lose hair, your belly fat increases, your melasma, you have acne, you have headaches, you have pains, all kinds of things. You have constipation. All those things are balanced and go away. So you become more confident. And brilliant idea, it came in the 60s, 70s, 80s. Well, we can just inject hormones. Well, the problem is you don't know how many hormones you need to put in the body so the body can balance itself. Instead, you can cause a major hormonal imbalance, and you can have too little insulin, you're going to gain weight. You're going to have too much insulin, you're going to gain weight again. Too little, too much, it's going to have the same result. And the same thing with leptin. Leptin is the hormone that stops appetite. Too little leptin, you get hunger. Too much leptin, you get hunger. You have to have an optimal range. And the doctors are going to tell you, oh, your hormones are balanced. Yeah, they're in the optimal range. Within the optimal range, you can still have hormonal imbalance. And because you have hormonal imbalance, going to do what? You're going to feel hungry. You're going to feel depressed. You're going to feel anxious. You're going to be irritable continuously, even if it's within the normal range. Why? Because hormonal imbalance means body synchronization. So hormonal balance is not just being in the average range. It means to be balanced within the average range. This is a very, very different statement. They say, my hormones are in the average range, no problem. No. It's not the same thing. So this is one of our models. You can see she lost up to 12 cm, 10 cm here, 12 cm in one spot. You see people that lose up to 16 cm. Major difference. So yes, you're going to see major results, but in order to see these results, you have to learn how to do it. This is a model that I did. Okay, I've been doing it for years. You can learn to do exactly the way I'm doing it. If you do exactly the way I'm doing it, and that's why I want to be there and teach you, you're going to get fantastic results. But that's not the point. The point is the energy that you get. The point is that you're going to live longer if you do this technology. The body synergy is the most important thing. The hormonal balance is the most important thing. Just losing 1 inch here and there, come on, that's nothing. So it's going to give you more energy. It's going to boost your energy. It's going to make you flow. You're going to flow. It's the rhythm of youth. You're going to start moving like a young person again, not like an old person that, with million pains in their bodies. You kind of can go to the gym, but you go to the gym, the BMR is the calories that you spend when you're sleeping, when you're young. You spend a lot of them. When you're old, you don't. So it increases BMR by 15%. How much do you think the virtual gym increases BMR? By 91%. You're 70, 75, and your body is acting as if it's 18. That's major. That means you're going to live longer. That increases time. And what else is the problem with the virtual gym? Here is the calculation that I was talking to you about. With the virtual gym, you never need oxygen. You never deplete oxygen. You never need lactic acid to kick in. In the gym, you run out of oxygen, lactic acid kicks in. Why? To sustain the movement. But what happens? Lactic acid only burns when it burns lactic acid with glucose, you only make 2 molecules of ATP, only 2. You burn glucose with oxygen, you make 38. So in the gym, you're going to go oxygen 38, 38, 38. Okay, you lose the oxygen, you're going into the lactic acid phase, plus 2, plus 2, plus 2. You get the gym again, 38 plus 10. But so, of course, this energy, the total energy that you get from the gym, plus your expanding energy is going to be way, way less than the energy you get from the virtual gym, because it's going to be continuous production of energy. Plus, you don't expand any energy. So it's just pure math. So this is a video. Did you see this before? You didn't. Okay, so it increases metabolism, it boosts the BMR. So basically, this is your DHEA research. Basically, you see a significant increase of DHEA up to 46.70%. And of course, you can do facelifts because DHEA increases collagen, and you can do the swan leg, the neck lift. Very important, it decreases chronological age. So even in one treatment, you're going to see a decrease of chronological age, not with everybody, but a lot of people. So that's very important kind of to consider. Right there, you are younger. Your biological age is much, much less than your chronological age. So the mean chronological age, 49.7, mean biological age, 32.9%. That is a significant decrease of years. And of course, no more hunger, you will suppress your hunger. Why? Because the cortisol is not going to be there to make you anxious and want to eat all the time. And the leptin and the ghrelin, which are the hormones that control appetite, are balanced. And metabolism is going to give you, get rid of the swing, boot swings, muscle aches, fatigue, brain fog, constipation. So you're going to be a happier person, okay? You're going to feel that your emotional and spiritual freedom will increase. Why? Because your hormones are balanced, because your body is synchronized. And when your hormones are balanced, they don't affect your personality functioning that they would affect if they were in balance. And pain, what's pain? Pain is blocked energy. So it unlocks this, all of the, why do all the people cannot walk like a young person? They're in pain. They're not only that desynchronized, but they're also in pain. So all that, why? Because they have blockages in the blood, in their system. It's systemic blockages. The pain is a systemic problem, like fat is a systemic problem. So it releases the pain, it unblocks the body, it reduces the inflammation. We have significant reduction of inflammation. It synchronizes the body. And how does it do it? It does it through signaling resonance. You have all of these new devices that called the RET, it's resonance energy transfer. Everything has energy resonance transfer, even the radio, even the phone. The problem is to have a signal that resonates with the body. That is a signaling resonance energy transfer. And what you see here is you see how the cells respond through resonance from the distance. This is the Nobel Prize of 1999 and 2013, and all the exosomes that came out of it, because the exosomes are carrying signals. The exosomes are like FedEx, carrying packages from one destination to the other. And through resonance, you can direct these packages wherever you want them to go. So you want to do exogyms or stem cells, you have to do the IELLIOS, because otherwise these little packages that you put with an injection, they don't know where to go. How do they know where to go? They just sit there. Okay, so it will enhance treatments like exosomes and stem cells by definition. This is the microscope that you can see, and you can see how the cell respond. You can see that with FRET, fluorescent resonance energy transfer experiments that we have done and people are doing now. You can do the breast lift, of course, because it's going to make the breast healthy and more voluptuous. And we've got about 1,200 people that with blood samples that have shown a difference in the blood flow. This is the blood above of the person that lives 50 years, and this is the blood of the person that lives 100 years. And of course, the testosterone will increase. The blood is separated. When the blood is separated, it's like a Viagra. Okay, that's what the Viagra is. It's a blood thinner. It basically gets the circulation higher, so it goes to the man's penis, and it sustains sexual function much longer. So do they want to get more sexual and sustain their sexuality and the performance much longer? Get them in, put them on the virtual gym, and you will be able to do that. They'll be very happy with you. So firm's press, one treatment is about 256 exercises. You can repeat them up to 1,000 times if you do an hour and a half. So it's about 250,000 exercises that you do. It's impossible to do that in the gym. No way. And of course, it decreases cortisol and therefore stress. And you can sleep better. Most importantly, cholesterol, the triglycerides, and very low density protein. That's what they call very low density. They're very big. So they basically block your arteries. And the high density is like the Pac-Man that eats that and basically brings it to the liver for detox. So the machine, this technology, virtual gym, will decrease triglycerides and VLDL and LDL and will increase the HDL. And this is some before and afters. That's another before and after. And the research that has been done with those bodies. Very important, fatty liver. We've done a lot of research in fatty liver, and we have seen significant results in fatty liver. But the most important thing is that as you burn, the fat goes, because you don't actually burn the fat, you release it into the bloodstream. If you burn the fat with a laser ref, you're out of luck, you're not going to get stem cells into the bloodstream. But if you release the fat naturally, like the virtual gym does or exercise does, then you're going to have the stem cells from the fat into the bloodstream. And what we did is we looked at this and we did the research, and we found out that actually this technology releases endogenous stem cells. So that's why your liver is repaired. And probably other organs that we are testing at the moment, they will repair because of endogenous stem cells. It's not stem cells that you put from outside. It's your own stem cells. And what's better? It's the ones from outside, from a pig or a cow or a sheep. No, of course, your own stem cells are much better. And, getting human stem cells is unethical. But your own stem cells are very ethical because it's your own and you haven't done anything to anybody else. So healthy, repaired liver, very important. We have seen a lot of diabetic improvement, very important. Blood glucose fasting goes down. The postprandial glucose also significantly goes down. People who were diabetic become normal. Not everybody, some of them go into the pre-diabetic study. So we've done 47 years of research, so it's 48 actually now, and there is a lot of benefits. It goes from the pad, it goes to the nerve, and from the nerves carrying it to the brain. And this is a little bit so you can understand how it happens. So it goes into the motor nerve. Remember exponential function. It will expand by definition, right? Well, it has to expand because it's inside the central nervous system. So it works, expands, and of course it has to reach the brain. Once it reaches the brain will respond by sending hormones, all of the hormones. These hormones would click, would invite the fat to go into the bloodstream, and the fat is going to shrink because not enough fat anymore in there, and the fat will build the muscle and also help you in all the other functions like breathe better, fix organs, and there is feedback mechanisms. The technology was made in, this is my Gestalt. My Gestalt is my background. I have a Ph.D. in neurophysiology from City University London, and another one in clinical psych from the New School. And I started under this very famous person, Wilhelm Reich, who created the orgone therapy that some people are still doing today and all this other stuff. Don't do that anymore. We have the virtual gym. You don't need to have ancient things like organ boxes and things. But he's the one who created that. And we built the technology to do just that, to unblock the system. That was my basically part of the research, how the system can be unblocked, because I studied under this guy. I'm sure you've seen my books. It's about 3 books that have been translated in 12 different languages. And I have 56 articles, 57 with the one I just sent you. I don't know if you received it. And that's it. Okay, so now we can go back here and stop the presentation. And stop. Okay. Can you see me now? Where are you?
Yes, we can see you.
Okay, I cannot see you now. Hold on. Let me find out. Ah, you can see me there. Okay. I went on that side. All right, hold on a second.
It's 17.
So nice.
Okay, hold on a second. Okay. Okay, so any questions?
Yes, earlier on you said there's only 2 technology to increase body synergy. What are the 2 technologies that increase body synergy?
Virtual gym and IELLIOS. They're
Okay.
both.
Okay, gotcha.
That's an easy question.
That's my only
All
question.
technologies have the same, basically, have the same concept. They're built on the same concept. And the concept is health, how to extend life. That's the most important thing that we have tried to achieve. Beauty is, doesn't really matter that much, does it? I mean, just in the beginning, but then even in a job, you're beautiful. Okay, if you cannot perform, nobody will keep you in the job. Nobody is gonna want to be with you. You have to perform.
So shall we go to the practical side now, Prof?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll carry you into the VG room.
Okay.
You have to ask what was running in your mind when you do the review that you don't understand. Please answer.
Come, let's go, everyone.
Say, Dr. Erwin, you said something, I didn't hear you.
Okay.
He asked us to ask you the questions that's running through our mind whenever we do the VG pad placement and whenever we do the VG treatment here. Because theory is theory and then practical. If we place the pads wrongly, then it won't work properly, right?
Yeah, I mean, what we did just now is going to be very important in explaining to your clients why they should be doing the VG, okay? And explaining that to your clients, we're going to get the clients back. And we're going to get your clinic being more busier, okay?
I did. I increased the speaker to max. How do I mirror this?
The camera.
The volume up.
Oh no. Wait, this is here. How do I mirror it?
How to turn the camera?
Oh, of course
Thank you.
not. Because the no camera on the other side, right? So I have to turn. Silly.
Oh,
Oh,
wow, that is so nice.
yes. Welcome to our virtual gym room.
Wow.
And we have a place for them to like change into their robe and then wash their hands.
Oh, wow. That's
Mhm. And then we plan
Dr.
to
Edwin,
place
you did it.
all the pads here, basically.
Dr. Edwin, you did it.
Dr. Edwin is not here. He's outside.
Well, he did it, wherever he is.
So I'm going to be placing you here so you can have a look at us.
Okay, tell me the questions that run in your head when you do the virtual gym.
So our flow here is basically patient comes into the room. We take a picture of them first. So of course in their robe, so they will show their arms this way, sideways, at the back if we want to see, we want to document that, and then we'll take their measurements. And
On the portrait mode, cannot see clearly. You can see you cannot focus at the back, right? You know what I mean? That
yeah.
it's like a portrait mode already.
Oh,
cannot see.
that's how you back.
I don't know your computer.
No,
If
your
not means then you, if not mean you go back again, go through your phone, use your phone. Phone is clearer. Your iPhone is clearer.
I think
No, I think it's okay. It's easier like this. We can work. Otherwise, handphone
You
cannot.
cannot see at the back.
No, no, this one,
On
your
your face only. You can see.
background,
Zoom
your
in.
background.
Can you see the zooming or not?
Your background,
Yeah,
see?
can
Not
you
This
there.
is good and Android, please change it. I'm not good.
I
I'm
think
an
your
Apple guy.
background.
No, you just have to double click there. It will zoom to
Ah,
whatever.
now it's
Yeah,
okay.
it's better.
Ah,
Now it's
better.
okay. It's
Because
okay.
you have to move on because your people will touch it, then they will
Yes.
zoom again. Okay?
So, yeah, so we basically will take measurements and record first. After that, we will ask the patient to lie down here.
Yeah.
Then we will be placing the pads. So my question is, like, I've always been wanting to try and focus the wavelength and the energy towards the pelvic floor, to tighten up the pelvic floor or to help with people who have incontinence and of course ED. But every time I place the pad, it feels like as though it doesn't reach the pelvic floor contraction. So I'm not sure if I'm placing it not in the right place or at the right position.
You're trying to basically treat the incontinence primarily.
Correct. So in one of the protocols, what I saw was basically if you have a black one here, you have to place the red one opposite at the back to be able to have the connection to be able to lift the pelvic floor in that region. So what I have been trying is like if I were to put black 1, 2, 3, 4, I would put 1, 2, 3, 4 of red this way.
Mm-hmm.
But my patients don't feel, I mean, with whoever we've tried, they don't feel that contraction in the pelvic floor region. So I'm wondering, how do I do that?
Well, if you want to do incontinence, you have to put it in the legs, not in
It's like
the stomach.
Sorry, could you repeat that?
Be between the legs. On
Put
the
it
inside of
between
the
the
legs.
legs.
It's going to be on the
Oh.
inside of the legs, not on the stomach.
Oh, you mean the black? So I'm talking about the black being here and the red being in the
That
back.
has
So you,
nothing to do with what you're trying to treat.
okay.
Okay. First of all, there's another tool that you can do vaginal rejuvenation that is inserted into the vagina. Okay.
Okay.
For the women, obviously, yeah.
Okay.
Continence. But you need to use this. This part.
Okay.
This is the part that you use, not here. You're on the wrong
Oh,
side. You're going the wrong.
understand. So then where would I be? So I'll be sticking the black 1, 2, 3, 4 in this region. On the mons or at the groin.
No,
Wait,
okay.
let me get a model for you. Pina, come. Oh, Pina.
Get a model first.
Model.
We have done a study, extensive studies in incontinence because Mary created, had treated incontinence in 2006, and he got the CE for incontinence, CE mark for incontinence, a specialization for incontinence. So it does work on incontinence, but you don't put the pads where you put in the pads. So,
Okay. Where should I place the pads?
Okay,
Could you
so-
guide me?
So can you please tell us in general, how do we place the pad?
Okay,
So
so
far we've been showing.
okay, so the first pad that, first of all, you're trying to treat parts again. You're thinking lasers. You're thinking a ref, okay? You're thinking muscle-stimulator. You cannot think like that now. You're treating the body through its brain. This is a very different treatment. Okay, and you say, if I don't have a contraction, I don't have anything. You're wrong. Because if you put the pads here on your face, okay, and you go like that with your face, and you have it at 0, like, you have to have it on, that the light is on, right? And you have it, but the patient feels absolutely nothing. Not only they don't have a contraction, they don't have a sensation, and they still get a fantastic lift. How did that happen? Do you understand? You don't have to feel it to work. It works through the body's resonance. If the greater the resonance with the body, the less the sensation.
So what is the goal of treatment? So every time when we adjust the power, when we're doing the BG, what is the end point? Until where should we increase it to?
The point of the treatment is that the patient gets into the rhythm of what is happening. Okay, which means that they have to breathe in, breathe out. You get it, you get this rhythm by this breathing in, breathing out process. Okay. If they get into the rhythm, they're gonna want it to be higher because they wanna go like to be like more. There's a very different experience than you are increasing it, and they're gonna every time you see them going like that, the resistance increases. So your treatment is not gonna be good.
So
Every
it should be on
opening,
patient's based. So
Every-
let the patient.
they have to participate. You have to involve them.
Oh.
Whether you hold their hand, whether you give them some, come on, let's do it. Are you ready? Let's go. You have to involve them. If you don't involve them, you're not going to get results. You need to understand that the psychology and the physiology are not separate inside the body. You go and you study physiology, and then you go across the continent to study psychology. It doesn't work like that in the body. They're all inside together. One affects the other. How you treat the patient is going to make a difference on how the patient will accept the treatment and get more into it. And once the patient gets in the treatment, if you go to a gym and you see the people that are like into the exercise, these are the people that lose the more and sweat the less. Right?
So yeah, I get that. That's really great. Okay, so next question is what is the principle of where to put the stickers? I understand that black should be in front and red should be on the back on the opposite side. Yeah, so it can be front, back front here, or wherever, as long as it's the opposite side and front and back.
Yeah, you're very, I love your question because that's, it's a fantastic question. It's a great question. Why? Because the main principles, and once you understand the main principles, then you can put the past whatever. Okay. All right. Number one principle, okay? Because you have a traffic situation, okay? Imagine the body like traffic, okay? And the blocks of the traffic are like a car accident and nothing can move, right? Imagine the body, and with lights. So there is a timing issue, okay? And you got the timing issue down. With this one is 8 seconds. With the IELLIOS is varies, okay? So with this one is 8 seconds, and 8 seconds is going to increase the exponential function. Remember, we spoke about that because that's how it works. And nobody else can have 8 seconds duration. They cannot sustain that for 8 seconds. There's no muscle stimulator that can do that. Okay, so all the black have to be together. Why? Because you want 2 traffics, yeah? One goes north, the other goes south. So it goes from the black to the brain to the red. From the red, it goes to the black, to the brain, to the red. Okay, so because if you had black and red together, all right, what's going to happen is this collision, right? Whereas here you have pum, 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 all right? So basically all of your black have to be together. So let's say you want to put all the blocks at the front because they directly communicate with the brain much faster, okay? And the front has most of the problems. If it's the back that has most of the problems, you put them at the back, all the blocks, okay? It's simple. But if you have the black at the back, you have to have the red on the front. It doesn't work well with the stomach because of all this, you know, sometimes it's more noxious, the black. I mean, the red. Sometimes the black might be noxious because you have too many blockages, but that's necessary. So the patient might not like it, but it's necessary to unblock the body. So it's a good thing, even if they don't like it. So explain that to them. Now, for the legs, however, okay, we need a different arrangement. Why? Because the lymph nodes are here, all right? So before you fill up your basket, your trash, right? You need to empty it. So what you do, you clean up this, you go to the brain, and then you go to the legs to pick it up and deposit it on the black. So you clean the black. So the black are going to be here. The red are going to be at the knees and at the feet.
Back here.
You understand why? All right.
Empty the trash can.
Because, yeah, you have to empty the trash can, then you have to go to the small trash cans, you take it, you put it back, the big one, then you take it, you empty it. Because this one is going to reinforce the lymphatic drainage.
So that's why the chest is also near the axilla.
Exactly. If you do it, yeah, you're going to put it over there, right? So if you do breast lift, you're going to put 2 black here, and then you're going to put 2 black here. Okay, if you do breast lift, all right, let's go into the other. I'll tell you that
Fast
after.
forward.
Let me not confuse you. So this is principle number 1, okay? So black at the front, red at the back, with the legs, black at the top, red at the bottom, okay? All right, now, why? Because black goes directly to the brain and then connects to the red. Okay, number 1 principle. Number 2 principle is you put the pad wherever there is muscle or fat, because it doesn't do anything on the bone, because the bone doesn't have nerves. The machine works through the nerves. So if you put it on top of the bar, it's not going to happen anything, but you're wasting your time because there are not too many nerves there. Most of the nerves are, where the juice is, where all the fatty part is, where the muscles are. So you choose muscle and fat, and you connect fat with fat. So if you have a muscle with muscle, so if you have, say, channel 1, right? That is the lowest. I'll tell you in a minute now what is it. But if you have channel 1 and you connect it with, and here you put it in the front, which is a lot of fat, and then you connect it up here, there is not a lot of fat. The red is here, the black is here. Well, then that channel cannot go very high. Why? Because they're going to feel it over here, right? Doesn't it make sense? You need to put that fat with more fat at the bottom somewhere, and then you can go higher. You have to go higher because you need to go deeper. You can only go deeper with more voltage. You understand now? Does that all make sense to you? So that's the second principle. The third principle is because it's voltage driven. You should not put the pads next to each other. It's dangerous. Well, the machine, has safety mechanisms, so nothing's going to happen. But what you want the pads to be at least 1 finger apart from each other. Okay, just a finger apart. Okay, keep a finger and a half, but not 2 fingers. Don't overdo it because then they're going to lose the connectivity. Okay, all right. So 3 principles. You understand all 3 principles?
Yes, understand.
Okay. There are a few more principles, okay? Because you are dealing with nerves and you're dealing with the spinal cord that is absolutely infested in neurons, all right? You need to have it 5 fingers away from the spine and 5 fingers away from the middle. You don't put any pads here. You don't put any pads at the back of the spine.
How about the upper back?
Same thing. That's what
Don't get a lot of ribs on the upper back.
they have. What?
Like ribs. Then usually we don't put any pads on the upper back either, right? Yeah.
No, nowhere. The spinal cord goes from the bottom all the way over here, where is the brain stem, okay, and then to the brain, okay, and that's your brain here. So nowhere along the spinal cord, this way or that way, but the spinal cord ends here. So from here and there, you can put it everywhere, okay, and it's not as intense. So 5 fingers away. Now, another very important thing, you cannot put pads on anything that looks even a little bit like a little bite or a little, sometimes you can
Yes, realize that it's very painful. Even a scratch it's quite bad.
awful, right? It's horrible.
We went through
Oh,
it.
okay, all right.
Just
So,
continued.
yeah.
Literally.
Another thing is a lot of women, you're going to ask them, do you have sciatica? And they're going to say, no, I don't, because they don't know. Okay. But most women that had children, they have sciatica. So this is extremely important, okay? Because people are going to tell you, you're going to start, you're going to increase, because as soon as you see that, you know that is one pad that bothers them. So you ask, which pad bothers you? Where exactly? Where is the problem? Show me the pad. And they're going to say, everywhere. And now show me the pad. Oh, it's this one. They don't even know, okay? They don't know where it comes from.
So it's the lower leg they will feel the pain, or at the back?
They can feel the pain anywhere they like. They can feel the pain here because they have indigestion.
Uh-huh.
They can feel the pain here because they have sciatica. They can feel the pain here because it's reflective. They can feel the pain anywhere. It doesn't matter. As long as they feel the pain, you take the pad, you put it somewhere else. How do you do that? You don't turn the machine off. What you do is you increase the rest of the time, and then you have more time to do it, kind of thing, to change it. Okay? Very good. So you know this trick. Excellent.
Yes.
So you know some of the tricks that Jacqueline trained you probably, yeah?
Self-discovered.
Yeah, she's sort of yeah, she's good. I trained her, and she's quite smart. Okay, so these are the main principles, but the most important thing is that you have to get the patient to be part of it, to participate, and you have to have them comfortable but working. Okay, not comfortable and falling asleep. Comfortable and working. And
But they
working,
shouldn't be like contracting like prawns, right?
they will never be like this.
But what if they're participating and they like it and they keep asking you to increase it?
More, I can do more.
No, exactly what she said. Exactly that. You can do more. You have to reinforce it.
So if that's the case, like let's say the pads are on me and let's say we're at level 4 or 5 and I don't feel anything and I'm like, okay, I can do more. Do you increase it to 6 or 7?
You can
And
6 or 7. They could go up to 13, 14 on this one.
okay.
Some people. You
I
may
don't feel it.
5 and you might be fine, and then you can see contracting all over the place. Somebody else might go up to 7. These numbers mean absolutely zero, nothing.
Really?
What it means to your body means a completely different thing to another body. Okay? It all has to do with the person. It doesn't mean anything, you know. They can go up to 13, 14, 15. It doesn't matter. You keep pushing. But if they have discomfort, immediately you change the pad. All right. So if you want to do incontinence, I do suggest, especially in women, yeah, I do suggest you get this tool.
The vaginal one.
A vagina rejuvenation tool. Yeah, you can get that. It's not that incredibly expensive anyway. And you can get that, and you're going to have to wrap it up in a gauze and put maybe some KY jelly or something, you know, so you can insert it properly. But it's like 2 probes, so it's nicely separated. You can do it with 1 probe as well, but most people, after having children, they're going to need these 2 probes. Otherwise, 1 probe is going to be like, yeah, you know, it doesn't do anything. The 1 probe is going to be more with the IELLIOS. With the IELLIOS, you can use the 1 probe, and you know, for women that they're getting tears during intercourse and they bleed and they're uncomfortable, it will basically strengthen the tissue. It will build the tissue of the vagina tissue, and because it builds that tissue, they're going to feel more comfortable, and actually it enhances sensation, whereas anything else like lasers and RF that create scar tissue and they decrease sensation, so they're going to like it. So that's something that I would suggest use it with, because you're going to get a lot of clients like that. And
Okay,
people,
my next question, Prof, is channel 1 to 8 and 9 to 16. What we do is we start from here and we twist this up slowly until it goes to the end. When it finishes, we change this up by 1 and we start again, come this side.
no. What you do is this, okay? the way the machine works, okay, it has each one of these turns that you have, like the 24 kind of waveforms or programs or whatever you want to call it, right? It has about 8,000 waveforms
Each.
each,
Okay.
okay? 8,024 waveforms in each one of them, okay? So if you just turn one, when you always must use them at the same time. Why? Because when you use both of them, both sides of the machine simultaneously, then you have
Synchronization.
8,000 times 8,000, 64,000.
So we change both at the same time. This and this at the same time.
Change one, then you change the other. You change one, then you change the other.
One by one.
Alternate.
Alternate, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, no. I mean, no, what you're doing is not wrong. Okay, you can go all the way and then go. The problem with what you're doing is that not going to be able to experience all of the waveforms on one side because of timing restrictions.
We
That's
managed to finish it all if it's about
Okay.
45 minutes. Yeah.
do. Again, sometimes I have found that if you alternate, you do get better results. Don't
Okay, we should try that. We'll try that.
I don't know why, but it's one of those things that you don't know what happens inside their bodies. Really, I mean, you don't.
Because we thought that way we can get all the combinations, so each one has all the combinations.
Yeah, and you get them twice sometimes.
Right.
Yeah, something like that.
I think that's probably the reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, change them automatic. One change. Now, if you do breast lift, let me tell you very, very quickly about padding and breast lift. Again, you have to use both sides, okay? But what you do, the left side, the waveforms go much deeper. The right side, the waveforms go more superficially. So visceral fat and deep muscle building is on the left side, okay? So you want to put, say, one and two here, right? And then, well, if you have big breasts, obviously, you're not going to do somebody is smaller breast, but, or one, right? And then, so this one is going to be left side for the lift, and the lymphatic drainage is going to be on the right side. All the black together, all the red together. So
Say again, Prof.
okay, so you can have, say, 1, 2, okay, that's going to be black,
Okay.
to black, right? The other one will be at the back, right? On the other side.
Okay.
Okay, and that's another principle that I did not say. If you put red on the left side, if you put black on the left side, you must put red on the other side at the back. Okay? If you put red on the front, you have to put black at the back. Okay? So if you put 1, 2 here, 1, 2 red is going to be on the other side of the body, black. Why? Because you want the signal to go through the spinal cord and get to the brain much better. This way, it's going to expand much better than if you have them next to each other. If you have them next to each other, you're not going to get systemic results. You want to get systemic results because that's what's going to increase the hormones.
Sometimes we do 14 black,
Yeah.
16 red, and 16 on the arm. That's okay, right?
Yeah, that is for lymphatic drainage. If you want to do breast lift, you need to include the other side, the left
The
side.
back.
No, the left side to
Yeah,
lift.
up here, in the back. Yeah.
Lift it. So what you want to do is you want to use 1, 2, say, right? And then here is going to be 10, 11, whatever. Or
Black.
so 1 black, okay? 1, 2 black, 10 black, right? And then on the other side is going to be 3, 4. Well, 1, 2, because one is double, right?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
have like, no, okay.
One, yeah.
Okay, if we can have one, to the 2 black here, okay?
Yeah.
And then 4 here, okay? And then 10 black
11.
and 11 black and all the other ones on the back. And that's your
Mm.
breast lift. Or you can do it with single if you really want to do just breast lift and you don't care about belly and everything else.
So you said earlier that channels 9 to 16 goes deeper.
No, the opposite.
One
1 to
1
8.
to 8 goes deeper. Okay, got you. Okay. So that's why sometimes on the leg you don't feel it as much even though it's cranked up so high. Okay, I get it now.
If you don't feel it on the leg, then you have to increase. Okay. What that means is that there is blockage. Let me give you a very good example that you can understand it better. We had a gentleman who could not walk at all. Okay, so we put him on the machine, and we did lymphatic drainage, and he could not feel his feet at all, not at all. So I had it on 20. He could feel absolutely nothing, no sensation. So at some point, I could see his feet going like this, contracting like crazy. He still didn't feel anything because the sensory nerves and the nerves are cut off from the brain. That's why he cannot walk. And remember, everything is a systemic problem. Eventually, he started feeling it. Oh yeah, I can feel it. So I lowered it, We finished the treatment, one treatment. He gets up and he steps down and he starts walking. And his mother, I mean his daughter, that brought him in, and she was helping. She went to get him because she thought he's gonna fall, and he went to the bathroom by himself.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, he connected. It's a very good success story. And I mean, you have these success stories, and you can get people, you can get people that cannot walk, you can get them to walk. I mean, I promise you, there might not be first trip, maybe 2, 3 trips, they're going to start walking. You're going to see that. And you can get people with severe pain, with strokes, with muscle atrophy, severe, with strokes, you have pain because the neurons just fire. Nothing controls it, keeps firing, and you feel pain because it's like you're moving your arm 100 miles an hour, you're not moving anything, but the neurons are firing, so you feel excessive pain. So you use the IELLIOS for the pain. Fantastic results for pain. You can have a pain.
You need to do a separate class for the IELLIOS. That one we have 0.
You cannot do it at the same time. One
Yeah.
of them is going to stop. It's the same thing with pacemaker. You cannot do people with pacemaker. The pacemaker is going to stop.
Okay, I have another question. I have a patient who every time I do virtual gym for her, after she finishes, she's always very hungry.
Right. She's toxic.
She's toxic. Do you hear that?
So
she needs to be.
what you say to her is that you say, look, what this means is because your high toxicity, okay, the more toxic you are, this is the rule. I didn't say that before. The more toxic you are, the more hungry you are. If somebody is very hungry, you say to them, you're very toxic, I have to detox you. You have to come 3 times a week.
3 times.
4 times is possible. I have to detox you. And I don't know if you can, they have to drink some water. They have to drink lemon juice, a lot of lemons. Lemons
She's
have
right
to
here,
detox.
Prof. It's my clinic manager.
Huh?
It's me, Prof. It's me.
Yeah, you're toxic. You need to do the virtue gym much more often. You must drink a lot of lemons because that will detox you. Vinegar also helps, I cannot drink vinegar, but I mean, you know,
Okay, my next question is what type of assessment that we should do before and after the virtual gym each session? We do measurement before and after each session?
okay, so the problem with measurement is people need to know how to measure.
Yeah, we know how to measure.
Yeah, I know you think, you know, but they, you know, I'm sure they're gonna be. I went to China, it was such a nightmare in the end. I said, you know, don't measure.
So I'll give you a brief. I'll give you briefly how we measure. We measure the neck, three areas on the chest, on the breast, above the breast, and below the breast. On the arm, we'll measure the biggest area, and we'll
Take it from the acromion
yes,
process.
and then we'll write down how many cm below it was. So we measure the same time every time. On the belly button, 5 cm above, 5 cm below, and on the waist and the biggest part of the hip. And then the thigh, same, we'll measure how far away the biggest part of the thigh. And then on the calf as well. So these are the few measurements that we do.
Okay, so you're probably gonna get a lot more results, you know, because basically measuring is probably one of the most, you know, inaccurate ways of measuring a treatment. So what you do is instead of measuring only 4 or 5 measures on the belly, you get about 8 or 10.
Get more measurement.
Add more measurements. Why? Because then you're gonna correct yourself. Because it's you see, when you measure here, right? When you measure here, right? What happens is that if you measure there, or if you measure here, or if you measure here, it's going to be a different measurement.
Yes.
You understand? So
Yes.
unless you put lines all over the place.
Yeah, we put lines.
Yeah, but I mean, still, you know.
Yeah, still there'll be some.
If you make more measurements, you cannot go wrong, because if you have 82.5 and 82.5 and 82.3, I mean, come on, you know, it's if they lose and then you get like 77, 77, 77, 70, you know, then you know it's they've lost, obviously. Do you know what I mean? Because you're correcting yourself.
Understand.
So that is very important with a measurement.
Another measurement I thought of assessing is a biological age assessment. So, like in 30 seconds, how many times they can sit up and stand down, standing on one leg for 10 seconds, if they can do it or not, in 6 minutes, how far they can walk, or certain things, maybe like a 10 minutes assessment. So after each virtual gym, that if I see there, because it reduces your biological age. So if you improve in all these parameters, it's obvious that it's already working. Would that be a good addition?
Excellent. Actually, this is the type of research that it can also be accepted by the FDA.
Wow.
Very, very good. Yeah. I mean, how fast they swim from one, you know, how fast they run from one spot to the next. All those are very, they're great ways of showing.
Strict strength as well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So all those things is gonna, and basically you say to them, see, that is more important. But you know, what I want to kind of emphasize here most is that you need to kind of keep getting them to understand the synergy of the body and how that is going to affect their health and life in the long run. I think that's a very important thing, because all those are like short-term things, and they're gonna go next door and somebody else is gonna blast them with marketing and ads and this and that. And they're gonna say this, you know, I can do this with this, I can do that. And they cannot do anything, it doesn't matter, but they convince people. You know, they're like politicians, you know. Do you know what I mean? They lie. They lie. So you cannot win with so many liars around. So if you kind of get them to understand the most important significance of this technology and what it is that it is to basically improve your whole lifestyle and your the life that you have left. We're all going to die, but hopefully we can live longer than others, you see, and that is very, very important.
Yeah.
Geared towards that. You have the advantage of being through a pandemic that has gotten the health at the back of people's minds. You know, they tend to forget. People forget easily. Bring it up. It's their health. This is health enhancing. I'm the only facility in Kuala Lumpur that can help you with your health. You want to go do stem cells and this and that, go, good luck. It's not your own. They may be good for you, they may not. All of these things could have problems. What I give you will never give you any problems. Not only it's not going to give you any problems, it's going to enhance your health and your life. Very important. You need to make sure that that's why I made the presentation the way I made it. So I can sort of give you a different perspective. Because once your clients and your patients get this perspective, they will never leave.
How about the rest? How about the rest of it, Prof? How about the nutrition, the sleep, the mindfulness? How do I pair that along with the VG?
Okay, so their sleep is going to get better eventually.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
It does.
Okay, so the sleep will get better. The hunger is going to go down. Initially, it's going to go up because they're too toxic, and the more toxic they are, the more. So it's going to go up, and it's going to go down. They have, look, if they want to lose weight with the virtual gym, like with everything else, like with the gym, they're going to have to go on a diet while they do the virtual gym. Afterwards, they can eat anything they like once they lose the weight. But
Once they lose the weight, that's the key, right?
once they lose the weight, then they can, they can maintain it and they'll be fine. You just do the virtual gym, that's fine. But even if you go to the gym, you need to kind of get rid of the, if I go to the gym, okay, and I lose, say, 10,000 calories with a virtual gym. Say you lost 8,000 calories.
Well, how much calories do you lose with the virtual gym on a regular basis?
So if you lost 12 cm, that's at least 9,000 calories. Come on. Right?
Don't know.
If you lost 12 cm in one spot, that's 12,000 calories right there.
I wonder if you'll register on their calorie meter on their watch,
It should. You can use the calorimeter.
Oh, during the treatment, we can use the watch?
No, after the treatment, you need to use it, not during the treatment.
Oh, did that. Well, then, yeah.
Yeah, you can use the calorimeter. See, you can measure.
During the treatment, I think you can use it. There's no contraindication, I think.
Yeah, you
How
need to.
about during menstruation? Is there any problems during the VG during menstruation?
Actually, you want to do it during menstruation. Why? Because what is the yeah, it's going to get rid of all the toxins. But it also, what is the problem? What is women's problem with menstruation? Mood.
Mood.
What is the problem with mood? Hormones. So there are some doctors that do it with adolescents because they find that they become more compliant and more manageable. Why? Because the hormones are not raging all over the place.
It's not mad. Okay, got it. Got it, Prof.
So you can have a program for adolescents.
Mm-hmm. For moody teens.
For moody teens. You can have a program for incontinence that she wants to treat incontinence. But you cannot treat you treat incontinence from under, not from above. Okay? Because it's these muscles that have to kind of hold under there. So what do you want to do with incontinence? You already have black there, right? You're just going to put more black.
Put more black in the front.
Yeah, and you're going to have like very close, extremely close.
On the abdomen.
Yeah, or you can put, no, you can put them here. You put them
Here at the detox areas, basically.
there
Put it here, and then the reds will be where, Prof?
at the back, at the back. On the other side, sorry.
This side, yeah.
Okay, they're gonna be on.
Put it this way.
Mhm. Or it can be here, whatever, you know, it depends on the body, wherever you can fit them. I want to show you a new trick with cable,
Okay.
okay? So if you put the pads on, okay? And then what I want you to do is you take, let's go here. I don't have cables here, okay? I don't have all the cables. So let me show you like with the feet, right? Lymphatic drainage, okay? I have 2 double cables and I have 2 single cables that I'm going to use for lymphatic drainage, right? 9, 10, 11, and 12, right? Okay. So I'm going to take 9 and 10, okay? And then I'm going to take 11 and 12, okay, in 2 of my hands, right? Then I'm going to take the 3 red and I'm going to exchange it with the 3 red from here, okay? So this is the 3 red from here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to exchange it. And they're ready to go on the feet.
Ah,
Nice, huh?
yes, get it.
Yeah, you got it?
Yes, got it.
Do the same thing with well, cable that I don't have here. So you have, remember how we do the pads? 1, 2, 5, 6. You take
Yes.
1, 2, 5, 6. All right. And then you take 3, 4, 7, 8 on the other side. You exchange the red,
So you have this side and this side ready already.
right? Or you have like 2
So you're
cables.
trying it out, how to put it on the fastest. You're trying to like time
That's
it.
how you do it. It's very fast this way. See, that's why I'm giving you this. So you
It
basically,
takes the 15 to 20 minutes is our fastest
yeah,
time to.
you can do it really fast. Yeah, we can do a client as well, a patient as well. And you're gonna see if you do that, we just take another couple of things and we're ready to put the model on the table. So so you have 14 and 16 that you use here, right? You take 14 and 16,
Yeah, exchange it.
ready to go. So now you have 14 black, 16 red, 16 red. That's it.
Yeah,
Oh.
16 black, 16 red, 14 red, 14 red. That's it.
got it, got it, got it.
Exactly what you do with the pads, but you do it with the cables. So that you don't have to write the pads and then you go like, give me that, and then you have a wrong number on the cable. You go, what cable is that?
Yeah, after sometimes you can memorize where is where.
Yeah, yeah. If you know your machine, if you know your cables, okay, if you know where is the pad, where is the legs, where is the arms, where is the stomach, it's very easy to operate the machine. So learn first where the positioning of the machine, okay? It's like when you drive, you need to know where you're going, right? You need to learn, you need to learn the landscape that you're going to first, right? You need to know what's north, what's south, what's east, west, and then it's easy. So try to kind of learn where your cables are, what you have, you know, where your pads are. So 9, 10, 11, 12 is legs. That's it. Can I increase the legs? 9, 10, 11, 12, yeah? 1 to 8 is always stomach, or it might be hips, or it might be whatever, right? Or it might be, if you want to do incontinence, you need to use 1 to 8.
Because it's deeper, right?
That is deeper.
Okay, what if I want to do back? Can you tell me how to do back? If
Back.
the fellow has a slip disc, back problems all the time.
If somebody cannot sleep and they have back problems, you need the IELLIOS.
Mhm.
Then don't do the VG at all.
Well, you can do the VG, but not on the okay. Very, very important. The VG is a systemic machine. The IELLIOS is the machine that deals with a part.
Targeted problems.
So the VG uses strengths to compensate for weaknesses. With a virtual gym, you cannot put it where the pain is. You put it where the pain is not. You don't put it where the weak side,
Mhm.
put it on the strong side. You want the strong side to coordinate
Okay.
and reinforce the weak side.
Got you.
Okay?
So maybe our next lesson we can do it with the patient. We'll stick all the stickers first before we give you a call.
No, just do it right now so I can see what you're doing.
Okay. Oh, yay! Ala, dah tukar dah. Kebalik.
But, okay, so before you start the machine, okay, prepare your machine. Before you start the machine, put the rest time on 10 and the contraction time on 2. Why? So you have time to start all the time.
Yeah, it's already. Yeah, it's already prepared, Prof.
Oh, it's already preferred. Okay. Now, the left side, the waveforms, don't start it from all the way to the end. Start it from where it says where the visceral fat stops.
Where the visceral fat stops.
Where the ending of the visceral fat.
Okay.
Just focus.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have it like, let me show you on my machine.
Yeah.
So you start it, you don't start it over here. Hold on. Let me show you. Hold on. Let me turn it a little bit more. It's hard to turn. So the cables there. Okay. So you don't start it over here. Normally it's over here, right? You start over there. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, start it over here.
Yeah. Because it's gonna be more comfortable.
Okay.
Started at 5 there, okay? And then you go da 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 da, and then you're gonna go all the way down, and then on the way back,
Okay.
okay? And this one starts all the way to the
Okay.
Superficial.
okay. So you see, it's like a trick because it makes them more comfortable.
Get you.
You know, you don't wanna start with a bad impression kind of thing. The impression is
All right.
She's going to the toilet. 1 second.
Silakan baca dan jiwa darah.
Running finger. No. We need to leave it here and write easier.
Okay.
okay. How about if we have her standing so I can see where you put in the pads because it's impossible.
Stand.
Okay.
Stand so I
stand.
can see.
She wants to see where we sitting the pads.
Bogel.
Now close the door.
Depan.
We'll be sticking from here to the back. So.
Buka masih.
Open sesame.